You need to relax. Brother, take it easy. Get ready for the rematch. The hype is real. Lamont Roach has been making noise, but Gervonta Davis isn't backing down. He's so sure of himself that he's reportedly putting $5 million on the line, betting he'll knock Roach out cold. For Davis, it's not just about winning, it's about making a statement and silencing any talk of an upset. The buzz around this fight is intense, drawing comparisons to the early days of Floyd Mayweather's rivalry with Marcos Maidana. In their first bout, Maidana controlled much of the action, leading many to believe he'd take the second match. But Floyd came back smarter and more strategic, shutting Maidana down. That same kind of shift might happen here. Roach looked strong in their last encounter, and fans started to believe he had Davis figured out. But Davis is known for being a quick study in the ring. He's had time to
his ass for y'all talk. For
I don't
real.
give a
Man, be quiet.
I don't give a y'all was
all that
quiet, y'all.
and
If
all
y'all
that.
was
We
loud,
got
y'all
the
was
hood
fucking
over
talking
there.
about-
Like, twist it up. I don't give a
Y'all
about none
can
of
do
that.
whatever
I don't
y'all
care about
want.
none
My
of that.
mother, he
I don't
can't
care
stop
about no
nothing
hood,
over
no
here.
none of that.
Not at
I'm
all.
telling you, I'm gonna him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's
But
gonna
y'all
get
under
up
y'all
over here.
face up.
What do I look like getting up?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That shit ain't never gonna stop
telling
nothing
you.
over here.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee
can't-
he pay for it.
I
guarantee
don't-
he
I
pay
can't-
for it. I guarantee it. I
Calm down.
guarantee it. Come
Calm
to the fight.
down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna
Come
get
to
you
the-
up. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. They might get you.
like
They gonna trick you off your spot.
Get like it.
They gonna trick you off your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
Come on, stop. Stop. Y'all know
I
what's
like
going
that.
on. Y'all know
I like
how
that.
I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
rethink, rework, and come back sharper. Since their last fight, Davis has revamped his entire camp. He brought in a new trainer to tighten up his technique and build more discipline into his preparation. It wasn't just a tactical move, it was personal. He's cut out the noise and doubled down on focus. He's not training just to fight. He's training to dominate. There's a reason everyone's talking about this matchup. It's the most anticipated rematch of the year. Roach has been the only recent opponent to push Davis to his limits. Their last bout didn't give fans closure. Was Roach's performance a one-time fluke, or is he the real deal? The upcoming fight will finally...
Some more boxing news in the boxing world. Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach for the rematch is on the horizon. It will be happening this year, and it will be happening very, very soon. This is the thing, YouTube. If y'all agree with me on what I'm about to tell y'all, I want y'all to throw the thumbs up, because this is what's gonna happen. If y'all remember the Mayweather and Maidana match, where everybody thought Maidana beat Mayweather in the first match when they fought each other, like he dominated him, he beat him. Same thing goes here. Lamont Roach, everybody's saying that he dominated Gervonta Davis, but this is not going to happen in the rematch. Gervonta Davis is going to dominate Lamont Roach. If y'all agree with me on what I'm telling y'all, this is just like the Mayweather-Maidana fight. I'm trying to tell you. Lamont Roach is going to lose in the rematch, and that's a guarantee. That's not a prediction. That is a spoiler. If y'all agree with me, throw a thumbs up. And if you ain't got Eat Up Keeps the News,
answer that. Either Roach proves he's the better man once again, or Davis reclaims his place with authority. Take a deep breath, brother, no need to stress. Just gear up, because the rematch is right around the corner and the anticipation is off the charts. Lamont Roach has been stirring things up lately, but Gervonta Davis isn't showing a shred of hesitation. Word is, Davis is so confident he's putting $5 million on the line, wagering that he'll finish Roach with a knockout. For Davis, this isn't just about getting the win, it's about making a statement loud enough to shut down any whispers of an upset. The excitement surrounding this
Fans, check it out. It looks like Gervonta Davis has a new coach. Now this is Coach Mustafa. He's a well-known coach down in the Atlanta area, and it looks like he's starting to train with him. I know he has that upcoming rematch coming up. It looks like it's slated for June. Now this coach is known for his working on timing, precision, accuracy. Those are some of the things that this coach is well known for. He's also been training Tevin Farmer for his past 2 fights. Now what does this mean for Tank? Is he leaving Coach Kyle and Coach Kenny, or adding Coach Mustafa to the team? Is it smart to switch trainers so close to a fight?
showdown has been drawing comparisons to the classic early rivalry between Floyd Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. In their initial clash, Maidana brought the pressure and looked like he had Floyd's number, leading many to expect a repeat in the rematch. But Mayweather returned sharper, more composed, and neutralized Maidana with precision. Davis seems to be following a similar path. Roach looked impressive the last time around, and some fans walked away thinking he might have cracked the code to beating Davis. But Davis has a reputation for adapting fast. He's had time to assess, adjust, and elevate. Since their previous fight, Davis has completely overhauled his training camp. He hired a new coach to fine-tune his form and instill greater discipline into his regimen. This wasn't just a strategic move, it was personal. He's eliminated distractions and committed fully to growth. He's not just preparing to win, he's preparing to control every round. That's why this bout is the most hyped rematch of the year. Roach is the only fighter in recent memory to push Davis to the edge, and their last meeting left fans without a clear answer. Was Roach's strong showing a flash in the pan, or is he truly the top dog?
Gary Jonas shed some light on the negotiations for the rematch. While he didn't give too many details, Jonas did say that the second bout between Davis and Roach Jr. is all but finalized. Let's hear what he got to say right now.
Important question on everyone's mind: how close is the rematch? How big will it be? How close is it to getting done?
Very close. It's in my mind, it's a done deal, but there are formalities, but it's a done deal, and it's not.
I'm Roach Jr. I don't know who you are, man. What do you do for a living? And I box. How long have you been boxing for? I've been boxing since I was 9 years old, so 20 years. How old were you when you made your first million? I was 29. You made some money. What's the best piece of advice about money you've received throughout your career? Save that money gonna save you. Has there ever been one experience where you spent too much money than you thought you should have, that you regret? That I regret? No, but there's been a lot of times where I shouldn't have spent as much money as I did. Is there one piece of advice that now that you've been boxing for a couple of years, you could tell your younger self about boxing? My advice to my younger self would be keep going. You're going to end up exactly where you're supposed to be at. As long as you work hard, put your faith in God, and you just keep pushing. What made you really stand out as a boxer? My hard work, determination to be the best. Is there one boxer that you think inspires you the most with your play style? I take bits and pieces from all boxers, even some of my opponents and stuff like that. Anyone specifically? No, not necessarily. What keeps you motivated to keep pushing hard still? It's definitely hard for me to give up because I know what's at stake. I know what can happen. I know what can happen with hard work. But if I ever feel like giving up, my motivation would be my son, my family, the ones who behind me 100%. They've been down at the bottom with me, so they coming up top with me. Where can they find you on social media, man? 1of1X. Thank you so much.
That question will finally be answered. Either Roach proves his last performance was no accident, or Davis steps in and reasserts his dominance for good. Take a deep breath. Brother, no need to stress. Just gear up, because the rematch is right around the corner and the anticipation is off the charts. Lamont Roach has been stirring things up lately, but Gervonta Davis isn't showing a shred of hesitation. Word is, Davis is so confident he's putting $5 million on the line, wagering that he'll finish Roach with a knockout. For Davis,
the rematch gonna happen at this point, because I'm not gonna lie, for it to be a whole month later and y'all still arguing over who actually won, it's just really like, okay, yeah, run it back, because we got to go ahead and settle this, squabble this up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say neither fighter in here is shitty, okay? Because after the fight I seen on March 1st, yeah, they both was tagging shit, both getting up with each other, okay? I feel like this is the perfect match. If anybody's gonna do a rematch, you need to be down, period. And Gervonta was stinging him. I'm not gonna lie, he was stinging him. Great fight for him. But I'm not gonna lie, he came out knowing what he was trying to do. Y'all have to give it to him. Like, y'all just be hating, okay? Y'all can't get in the ring and fucking fight. Y'all just be hating. At least I'm giving them no day props, okay? Because Gervonta had a great fight. Don't get me wrong. My money was on him. But I think what messed him up was the fact that when he came out, y'all know he usually be 2 steps ahead. He was 3 steps ahead. I feel like he already had Tank figured out. And he definitely was not expecting that. And him, on the other hand, I think he came in really having something to prove. I'm not going to lie, y'all. Like, it was a really good fight, and I feel like this is how I see it. In the beginning of the fight, he was stinking, back to back, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the fight, that's when he finally kicked it up. But I seen consistency through him through the whole fight. I'm not gonna lie, like, so I just feel like the rematch should happen because never know. He might, now that he was 3 steps ahead, become 8 steps ahead, and he might really knock his butt down. But at the end of the day, it's like, we need this rematch because I don't think this is ever gonna be a dispute that is settled and, you know, officially he won, he lost until they fight. Like, we gotta.
This isn't just about getting the win, it's about making a statement loud enough to shut down any whispers of an upset. The excitement surrounding this showdown has been drawing comparisons to the classic early rivalry between Floyd Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. In their initial clash, Maidana brought the pressure and looked like he had Floyd's number, leading many to expect a repeat in the rematch. But Mayweather returned sharper, more composed, and neutralized Maidana with precision. Davis seems to be following a similar path. Roach looked impressive the last time.
Everybody really think Tank go take the L. I've been seeing it. They said it's over. They think that this time Lamont go in more confident, knowing that basically he can, you know, really take it to Tank. Yeah, I want him to go in there confident. He's very skilled. Go in there confident because you gonna go up against a different Tank. Like I told y'all in previous videos, He go in there confident, thinking he could walk Tank down. Don't forget, with Tank, if he get you on that button, them lights going off, I don't care who you is. Remember how it ended up with Frank Martin? So, yeah, don't go in there thinking that you going against, like, somebody that, like Ryan Garcia, somebody that's going to fold. You're going against Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think that confidence is what's going to get Lamont dropped. Because one thing I will say, with Tank, that wasn't your best fight against Lamont, bro. I feel like you was in your head too much. You was overconfident, and you was really just, your mind was in y'all story, the lore and everything with y'all history. You ain't going there like, I'm fighting a stranger. You going there like, oh, this Lamont. This from the same camp. We from the same area. But now I think that whole situation woke him up, because you got to think, Tank not used to losing. He not used to people being against him. He not used to being the one that, like, got to step back from the situation. That's why I think he being hushed right now, because when he come this time, it ain't no talking. And that's why I think it's scary, because we never see Tank in that mode where he don't say a word. I think this gonna be a different Tank. And what's crazy is Tank used to be like that in the beginning, like when he was with Floyd. Like, I'm talking about Tank with the fade, with the waves, bro. He ain't used to be on that showboat and stuff until he got, like, you know, a little bit more in the boxing, you know, thing. Of course, once you with Floyd, you gonna start being flashy and doing backflips off the ring. But in his beginning stages, dude wasn't playing. He was dropping I think that's what he about to go to, bro. And we know that people like, man, did he take Calvin off his team? Nah, like he said, Calvin, his boy. I think he's just rocking with somebody else right now to get him some sharper skills, you know, to change up his skill and what people know him by. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I think Tank go take it to Lamont. And that's not me being biased. I think we ain't never seen Tank like this before.
Time around, and some fans walked away thinking he might have cracked the code to beating Avus. But Davis has a reputation for adapting fast. He's had time to assess, adjust, and elevate. Since their previous fight, Davis has completely overhauled his training camp. He hired a new coach to fine-tune his form and instill greater discipline into his regimen. This wasn't just a strategic move, it was personal. He's eliminated distractions and committed fully to growth. He's not just preparing to win, he's preparing to control every round. That's why this bout is the most hyped rematch of the year. Roach is the only fighter in recent memory to push Davis to the edge, and their last meeting left fans without a clear answer. Was Roach's strong showing a flash in the pan, or is he truly the top dog? That question will finally be answered. Either Roach proves his last performance was no accident, or Davis steps in and reasserts his dominance for good.